update. A new police reform plan for Prince George's. It was unveiled today by County Executive Angela Ossobrooks. It was developed by a community task force which made 50 recommendations for improvement. Ossobrooks today says she's adopting most of the proposals right away. They include greater transparency on police lawsuits and complaints. They also include measures to improve training and mental health services for officers. Delegate Alonzo Washington co-chaired the task force. He says the national social justice movement against police abuse prompted the reforms.
All that has been happening since Mike Brown's killing in Ferguson in 2014 is seeped in 400 years of legacy of injustice, oppression, and killing of unarmed Black people by law enforcement.
I am committed to this process. I'm committed to the reforms, the recommendations that have been put forward, and I feel that this is a critical step in ensuring that relations between Prince George's County Police Department and the community are strengthened.
We will create additional transparency around traffic stops and subsequent actions taken by our officers. This data will be publicly available on the police department's dashboard and will include information regarding all no-knock and nighttime search warrants, use of flashbangs, and other police actions. We will also continue outfitting more officers with body-worn cameras to document police-citizen interactions to uphold police accountability.
The county executive says the new measures will also include an Office of Integrity. Maryland takes another step forward in its fight against COVID-19. The state health department, along with the Maryland National Guard, opened up the state's first mass vaccination site at Six Flags America in Bowie today. Prince George's continues to lead the state with the highest number of COVID cases. Governor Larry Hogan and County Executive Angela Ossobrooks toured the vaccination site.
We're starting out today with a very soft launch just to kind of run through to make sure everything goes smoothly. So about 250 people are going to go through today. We're going to do that for a couple of days, and then we're immediately going to 2,000 a day. And then as soon as the supplies pick up, which we've been promised by the federal government that they will, we're going to be able to do 6,000 a day here at this site.
Six Flags America previously served as a COVID-19 testing location. The Baltimore Convention Center will also serve as a mass vaccination center. An update on COVID-19 cases. Prince George's continues to lead the state with more than 69,000. 28 people in the county died yesterday from the coronavirus, bringing the total to 1,220. Two private Catholic high schools in Prince George's are reporting cases of the virus. Bishop McNamara, has 10 and DeMatha has 2. Meantime, two private Jewish schools in Baltimore County have an extremely high number of cases. The highest number is 62. They're lacking PPEs, hand sanitizer, and Lysol wipes. That's according to a Prince George's bus driver who says the school system isn't giving workers what they need to stay safe. Bus driver Jocelyn Ford says despite the pandemic, they're still delivering meals to students in the county. Ford says she was given one face mask and a bottle of hand sanitizer back in June. Now she says she's using her own supplies.
It also makes me feel they really, with the PPE, that they really don't care too much about us and making us I don't feel safe at my job without the adequate protection. Right. If you want me to do my job, give me the protection that I need to do my job.
School officials were not available for comment. In other news, Prince George's police are looking into a deadly pedestrian accident in Temple Hills. It happened just after 2 this morning on Branch Avenue near Suitland Parkway. The female victim was struck in the southbound lanes of Branch Avenue and pronounced dead at the scene. She was not in the crosswalk at the time. The driver of the pickup truck did remain on the scene. Anyone who may have information on this incident is asked to call police. Republican state lawmakers are proposing several election bills claiming major deficiencies in the last election. One would require signature verifications on mail-in ballots. Another would require voters show a form of ID before casting ballots. Those who can't provide identification would have to fill out a provisional ballot. Opponents have criticized the measures as a form of voter suppression. Currently, 34 states require an ID to cast a ballot. You're watching CTV News. I'm Keisha Butts. We'll be back in one moment.
The coronavirus has affected the African American community in many ways, including a drastic drop in blood donations. This is the time to take care of one another, and blood transfusions from healthy African American donors can be a life-saving treatment for patients with sickle cell disease or cancer. The American Red Cross adheres to the highest standards of safety and infection control and urges you to come out to donate. Please, make an appointment today at redcrossblood.org.
Welcome back. Equality, diversity, and inclusion, those are the goals of a Prince George's panel looking into the county's legacy. It's called the Responsible Legacy Task Force. The 9-member board was created to review the names of all county monuments, parks, street names, and other places of honor. The board, with public input, will determine the future of the names of properties linked to a prejudiced past. The task force met virtually this morning.
This is important because this is a process that's not happening unique to Prince George's County. It's a process that's taking place across the country, but it is an opportunity for us to pass on to our children and future generations the legacies that we think are important and worth sharing, and also to identify those that perhaps at some point in time communities felt it was worth celebrating.
The task force meets the first Friday of every month. The public phase is expected to begin soon. A final report with recommendations is due this summer. You're about to get your vaccine. Should you pre-medicate to ward off potential side effects or wait until after you've had the shot? While the jury is still out, Maryland doctor Dan Morham offers this advice.
There is some thought that suppressing the inflammatory response blunts, in effect, the immune response, the generation of antibodies. The data is not clear, but there's enough suspicion that I would think the thing to do is to avoid those medications if you can. It's a balancing act depending on how miserable you are in reaction to the shot. But we're trying to get the most antibodies generated possible. And so if an anti-inflammatory like ibuprofen has a very marginal tendency to suppress antibody production, and you can get through the shot experience, especially the second shot where the reactions, the booster shot, are a little more pronounced, then you could avoid it. But it's important that people who take some of these medicines for regular purposes that are really important, the most common one being taking baby aspirin or low-dose aspirin to prevent heart attacks, those people should continue that medication.
Dr. Morham is a former Maryland delegate. He and his wife also recently wrote a book called Preparing for a Better End about advanced directives and end-of-life issues. CVS Pharmacy partners with a local independent senior living community in Mitchellville to vaccinate residents and employees. 2 on-site vaccine clinics have been held so far at the Collington Assisted Living Center. 2 additional events are scheduled this weekend.
We were notified by CVS Pharmacy that it would be the Pfizer vaccine, and CVS Pharmacy sent us a lot of really good resources that we were able to utilize and share with residents and team members, frequently asked question pages. We also had many of our leadership team members and our medical director did frequently asked question videos to answer any questions of concern.
The 3rd clinic takes place this Saturday and Sunday. Some scary moments in Beltsville this morning when a warehouse was rocked by an explosion and fire. It happened in the 11,200 block of Somerset Avenue. The building is used for recycling construction material. Investigators say the explosion happened when an acetylene tank, which is used for welding, accidentally went through a shredder. No one was injured. It's been referred to as slave labor. Inmates in Maryland correctional facilities make as little as 17 cents an hour for voluntary prison employment and training. 2 Maryland lawmakers, including Senator Joanne Benson of Prince George's, want to raise the stipend for all inmate workers to the state's prevailing minimum wage. That wage will incrementally reach $15 an hour by 2025 for employers with 15 or more workers. Correctional officials claim the added expenditure would bankrupt the work program. 2 Democrats, one from Prince George's and one from Calvert County, have been recommended to replace new state Senator Michael Jackson in the House. Jackson was recently elevated to the Senate after the death of the chamber's former president, Mike Miller. The Calvert County Democratic Central Committee is recommending Rachel Jones, a field liaison, to U.S. Senator Ben Cardin. The Prince George's counterpart is recommending Jacqueline Steele McCall, a one-time aide to former U.S. Senator Barbara Mikulski. Are you concerned about your heart health? Join the ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated to learn about staying healthy. The Psi Epsilon Omega chapter is hosting its annual Pink Goes Red event. It's virtual this year. There will be exercise classes and a demonstration on making healthy meals for women who experience heart-related issues. We'll also talk about their recovery.
And one of the things that we want to make certain is that we maintain our healthy diet, get regular exercise, continue, because we have a lot going on in our lives. And we want to just remind everyone that we need to take steps now with you and your family, and to be able to promote this heart-healthy lifestyle.
Pink Goes Red is tonight at 7 p.m. For more details and to sign up, go to akapeo.clubexpress.com. The Super Bowl is a big event for sports fans, but a bigger event follows 1 week later. Our colleague Onichukwu gives us a head start on Valentine's Day.
It is February, so February means it is Valentine's Day month, and we're just days away. And we're still in a pandemic, it's still COVID. Restaurants are at a 25% capacity, so if you haven't started thinking about takeout, ordering out, but guess what? I have a great tablescape here for you and your loved ones, or for you to have a romantic dinner for two right in the comfort of your own home. So guess what? If you have basically plates or anything you have already in your cupboard or your counter, pull those out. You can kind of grab some chocolates, grab a bottle of wine, pour that glass. And what is Valentine's Day without beautiful flowers and roses? And that's a quick way where you can kind of make a romantic evening for two, or just have a great Valentine's Day for the whole entire family, keeping it safe at home, because it's February, it's Valentine's Day, and I'm going to make sure you're safe and also having a great time. And what's Valentine's gift for all those flower lovers out there without the flowers? We're blooming today with P. Rose, so be sure to check out your local grocery or florist to kind of get some quick florals for those who love Valentine's Day flowers. Also, you can do a great kind of Valentine's Day gift package. I have a girlfriend who loves hot chocolate, so you can just kind of put some stuffing inside of there. Put your hot cocoa inside. Got your kind of stirring spoon, some more hot cocoa packs. And what is hot chocolate without some marshmallows? Do some great hands, because it's wintertime, gotta make sure your hands stay moisturized. Stuff this little envelope box with some more chocolates, put it inside, and that's another gift package you can have for your virtual Valentine's Day or gift package drop-off, or just having a great time at home. Whether you want to get creative and create a Valentine's Day gift basket or a regular Valentine's Day package, send some flowers or have a nice COVID-safe romantic dinner for two, or a dinner for the family on Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Back to you in the studio.
It's the biggest game of the NFL season. Super Bowl 55 will kick off this Sunday at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. The best of the best quarterbacks, Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes, will lead their teams in the title game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Kansas City will face off at 6:30. Let's get a quick check on our 3-day weather forecast tonight. Mostly clear with a low around 30 degrees. Saturday, cloudy with a high near 49 and a low around 33. Sunday, rain and snow are expected to be for noon. Daytime temps reach a high near 44 and a low around 21. Monday, mostly sunny with a high near 36 and a low around 28. And now for the community calendar, calling all Prince George's County residents. Safe School PG Coalition is hosting a virtual discussion on reimagining school safety. Hear from teachers, students, policy experts, and more about keeping our children safe in school. Tune in on Facebook Monday, February 8th at 7 p.m. For more information, visit its Facebook page at PG Change Makers. And that wraps up our CTV News Update. I'm Keisha Butts. Have a good night.